So again, we're short at 22.75, and we're looking for a blast down to 18.75 here. Let's see if we can knock them out, knock that 20 out, and hit them a little stronger with some selling here. Let's see if we can get 20 out of the way, remove that kind of 20 sort of support there. And if we can take that out, we might get a fast move down to 1875. But they're still kind of playing games here, trying to prop the thing up. Um, just again, going to be a little bit of an oddball day. We've had this the last couple weeks because of all this political news and everything. It creates a strange sort of bullish toned market because of the positiveness, yet it's been interspersed with the news of North Korea. Prior to that, we had these bombs getting dropped. You know, it just creates a really erratic, more difficult to trade type of market. We try to trade as mechanically as possible, but sometimes the news and the rigors and all this stuff just gets in the way of really. See, now they're hiking him back up here to our entry, and it's embarrassing. You know, it's just a rigged kind of deal here where they're not letting them slide for us. I mean, they came down to 20, and arguably, you know, I try to scout for 2.5 to 3 points, but this is pegged for a larger scale move here. So, in the course of trying to capture a larger scale move, we're going to have situations where uh, you know, you get some back and forth type moves here. So let's see if they can break them down under 20 here and knock the thing down to 1875. In fact, let's live a little dangerously here and move it right down to 18. We're going to try to stretch that 1875 and get a move down to 18 with the prices with 20 getting taken out. Ideally, they're going to knock them right down to 20 for us here. Here we go, or 18. Target is now 18. We got 1975 coming in. Let's see if we can hit them a little bit harder here and knock them down to 18 is going to be the goal here. Watching 1875 carefully, and hopefully they're not going to do any more goofy prop ups here, but they'll just take that 20 and let it get hammered down a little bit lower, down to hit that 18 level. There should be a magnetic pull down to 18, but we can definitely see that the riggers are really active in today's market trying to prop the thing up here. So let's see if we can just get him to hit him again down under 20 and hit him down to 18. All right, they're kind of supporting the 20 handle here. Let's see if we can get another hit to the downside and just roll them back a little bit stronger here. We're short at 22.50, and with the riggers and the kind of the little bit of a positive tone about the healthcare thing today, it's like pulling teeth, trying to get an honest pullback out of this market here. Very propped up type situation, and that's a big whatever. But that's just rather than let them counter trade like a normal market. You've got interference from vested interests in propping the market up here. Still getting that. Look at that. Still getting it. You can see they want to sell off. Even though they hit them on the downside, they're just still propping up the market here. It's really, it's too bad. Yeah, they're goosing them all the way back up to our entry here. It's kind of embarrassing that they just won't let the market trade naturally. So all this artificial spiky stuff. Here we go again. Doggone it. Went right down in our favor, but we got all kinds of games being played here. Unfortunately, driving us out of a trade that was working out really good here. Just the nature of the markets lately. A lot of games being played. Trying to hold them short again, but they're forcing us out once again with this artificial goosing of the market here. You can see the big spike on the 450 tick charts. Um, it's just very strange. Hold short just a second longer. We may have to get out. I'm trying to see if they can drop back down and lose ground again here on the downside. But you can see these big spike candles just throwing water on any efforts for the market wanting to try to sell off. Trying to give it one more second here. Just stay ready to jump out any second here. They're just really playing games with this thing here, trying to prop it up, get their interest rates raised again. I still think the downside magnetic pull should be there, but they're just not letting it happen. Artificially plugging it up here. Let's give it one more second, see if they can back off on the downside. A lot of times because of this rigging, we've seen this a lot the last few weeks. I've pointed it out, and we've been in a lot of these trades. Because of the artificial rigging, it sets up little mini crashes where all of a sudden, possibly in this scenario in right here, all of a sudden you get a big giant red candle, that's about 3 inches long in the screen. I'm not saying that'll necessarily happen here. They're kind of forcing us out, but it's set up for one of those like little mini crashes here. So let's try to hold short, see if they can do that. Um, you know, that's the problem with rigging, you know. Let's see if we can get this thing to back off under 20 again, and if so, there's a good chance we can get a drop right down to 18. There's kind of a magnetic pull on a number down there at 18. That's why I moved the limit down. So let's see if they can break them down under the 20 handle again and stop rigging the markets up and let them just slide here. But unfortunately, they're not making it easy on us. Not making it easy on us here, gang. They're playing games, rigging the markets up, makes day trading very tricky. If you have a longer term perspective, you can take a position and buy or hold and just let it go. But when you're trying to day trade them here and make these micro moves, it gets a little tricky. Let's see if we can break 20 down, and maybe they're just going to crash them right down to 18. That was our original plan. Let's see if they can crash this thing under 20 and knock it down to 18 for us. That's still in the plans. Should be good to go. Not sure why they're playing all these games with the rigging other than what I've described. Let's see if they can knock the thing down. It should have a date with 18, but they're not letting it go there that easy. They're letting it they're fighting it. The riggers are fighting it. Even though it's no big deal. Mini NASDAQ, couple points. It's small move for mini NAS. Still trying to hold short here. Looking better. Looking better for a lower move, but boy, oh boy, it's like pulling teeth to get this thing to just trade in the opposite direction. Nobody told the riggers that markets go up and then they pull back. They pull back and they get exhausted and they go up again. See, when they come in and disturb the natural flow of the markets, it creates all this erratic kind of herky-jerk trading. Yep, now they're back up again. They tried to pull them back, and then they're back in here, rigging them back up here again. Anyway, stay ready to jump out. They're forcing us, they're trying to force us out again here. They're blocking the natural flow of the downside market here. Unfortunately, that's just the game the riggers are playing today. Oh man, oh man, oh man. God, it's kind of frustrating because as day traders, our business is based on the market trading. And when it's just all like artificially propped up or whatever, it makes it a little difficult. Yeah, we can hold in these trades sometimes and we get a crash. We've had that happen in the last couple days and we'll catch that move, but it's like, it's a nervous deal holding it like right now. Let's see if they can take 20 out and knock them down to 18. That's what we're looking for. But it's like pulling teeth, getting this thing to flow to the downside a little bit. We're not asking for much. We're just asking for some downside flow here. Had plenty upside pushing and jamming, so let them go here, riggers. Really need to see them go down and tap 1950. That's a key number. If they can go down and tap 1950, it might light up the downside a little, and then we just want to move down to 18 below that. But once again, they're propping up these dips. Propping up the dips here. They won't even let it come back to the bottom of the opening range here at 19. That's what we're looking for. Looking for a return back to the bottom of the opening range, but they're propping that up. They don't want that to happen. So they're once again artificially jacking up the markets here, and it's very nervous type trading here. Just not running an honest market. Let's hold short just a little bit longer and see if we can get the thing to back off. Got a lot of games being played by the riggers today, almost more excessive than we've seen the last couple days. Oh boy. Makes day trading so difficult when they do this. Things should have an easy flow to the downside here, but just it ends up being these herky jerk kind of whipsaw moves. It's like it's just hanging for some certain type of news, and then they crash them. Then they just re-hike them back up again here. I've got signs for a lower move, but they're just not letting it happen. The riggers are propping up the market. Let's hold short just a second longer here. Hopefully we'll get that lower move going back under 21. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I still got the right signs for the market to move lower, but they are playing games here. Still watching for a crack under 21. We can't even get the market to do that. The riggers got this weird agenda. Go ahead and exit at the market. I'm getting a little sick of this crap here. All these they start pulling back, then we get these goofy spikes moving the thing back up here. These goofy big spikes. That's a sign of riggers propping up the market. Those aren't buyers like you and me. Those are just rigger clowns that have some agenda. So we're short at 22.50 and out at 23.75. So minor loss there, but still they just won't let it slide. And now look what they're doing. So minus 1.25. Makes it very difficult for day traders. So we are short here again, 23 short, looking for a blast down to 1875, breaking them down under 21, and then knocking them down under 20 to run them down to 1875. We should be able to get a power punch lower, but boy, this market has been really rigged up and a lot of games being played. So we're trying again to see if we can get this short to work out for us on a blast down to 1875, short from 23. And they're doing it again. These same goofy little spiky prop up type moves on any slightly lower dip. Let's see if we can hit them here. Let's see if we can hit them. 1875 target. Breaking under 20, looking for a little mini crash. Let's move it down to 18. Move it down to 18 and cover them up down there at 18. There you go. Luckily, we moved that limit right in time there. So you got 1875 or 18, but I called it in time to move it to 18. So hopefully you did that. I know it was a quick move there. So finally they broke them down. We got them out at 22, 23 short, and then 18 for plus 5 points. It's about time, riggers. You could have let them go on the last trade, but for whatever reason, and there was that magnetic pull I said down to 18 under the opening range here, so we got that sell off. And again, artificial rigging creates little mini crashes, and that's what we got there. Anyway, so take a breather here, and we'll reconfigure, see what we're going to do next.